Well, there's a sensibility that flirts with me, or that comes up fairly regularly, and that's that I'm a particular aperture of consciousness. And each person, each being is a particular aperture of consciousness. In one sense, localized and parametered by their body and their genetic makeup and their perspective, their intersection. So I'm an aperture of consciousness. And from that, recognizing that, in a way, we could all just recognize that's a fact, that I'm a local agent of consciousness. Nobody else is having or can have this experience. It's utterly singular. But from that, there's also this sense that there's a responsibility or an innate meaningness to being this embodied, particular aperture of consciousness in time and space, here and now. And that is that all of the many energies and phenomena and experiences of the universe are only brought to life through this very body-mind awareness. That this space of being, this awake nervous system allows the universe to come forth. How else does it come forth? Any other way of it coming forth has to be just speculation. It's not an experience. But the actual coming forth of the universe is through these bodies, is through this consciousness, whatever that is. I don't know. But the fact of experience is in a way, you can get down to it, and the mystery of it can't quite be pinned down, the experiencer experience, but the ongoing flow of happeningness that is known. Well, from that, there's a kind of there's an inner task of being an open-hearted and clear field so that the universe can come forth in all its flavors just as it needs to come forth. And so whatever needs to rise up in my life, that's the only way for the universe to experience itself. There's no other way for it to experience this texture but me fielding it, meeting it, being willing to be present and sensitive to the details. That's true of other people. Each person I encounter can only come forth in the field of an experiencer. And they come forth in my field from my perspective, with my projections and my transference and all of my stuff, and yet they come forth as a unique being. And in fielding and in being willing to experience and in opening to what comes forth, there's a kind of love that's so fundamental. A love that is not sentimental or emotional, not love that is love versus hate, but a love that is just the very fact that I'm a field and you are a field for the very fact of existence. And there's no other way for the universe to exist than through these fields. And so there's this innate meaningness that I feel is loving. Is loving because I am living out the allowing of the universe. Mm-hmm. Well, the field, the fielding, the ability to let things come forth, in a way, is dependent on the degree of my openness. the degree to which I'm stuck in my reactivity, or I have fixed beliefs about people or experiences, then the aperture for the universe gets very tight and it closes down. And it's almost as if the field, the heart, the space of possibility really is calling to be opened as wide as possible. And why do I think that's true? Well, difficult people always come forward. Or people who embody qualities that I can't yet love in myself, they seem to show up. Or situations that I'm not courageous enough to step into seem to ask me to step forward. And so the something is resonated or called forth. The closure and openness are interdependent, and it's like the universe is always knocking on the universe's door, asking for a larger invitation. And so the work of that is recognizing where I fall short in openness. See, what does shut down my capacity to love, and being clear about that. And it's often specific. It's often specific, maybe personality traits that I have some reactivity to. Maybe the trait that somebody carries is something that I've pushed into the shadow. I actually embody that trait. I can't see it, and so it's brought forth from the universe in somebody else for me to be able to actually be in relationship with that trait I don't want to face clearly. This is basic depth psychology, projection, and all that. But I find that to be meaningful. I find that work of love to be continually being presented and meaningful to actually engage. Because I turn away from it sometimes. I don't want to look at that. I would like to kind of burrow into my justifications for having a closed heart, or for putting someone into a box, or I'd like to maybe find some comfort in my anger or my resentment, even though it's not really comfortable. It's not really something that I don't think we want to carry those qualities.